Welcome back to FTL once again, everyone. I'm Kid Plays Games, and we're going to get right to it. I'm going to start a new game, and we're going to go for the Engi Type A, which, if you remember, I told you was the very first ship you unlock by getting to Sector 5 with the Kestrel. Type A or Type B, you unlock the Engi Type A. Quick overview, there's 2 Engi crews, so we'll be really good at repairing stuff, not very good at combat. We have a human. Humans are always good because they train really fast. We start off with the drone control with a combat drone 1, and we start off with an ion blast 2, which does 1 ion damage every 4 seconds, so whoever's on weapons is going to train up really quickly. And we have 1 augmentation, an Engi medbot dispersal, which means that as long as the med bay is powered up with at least 1 power bar, everyone everywhere on the ship will get some sort of healing. It's only about half or a third of what the med bay provides, but it's still pretty good. Okay, the usual introduction. The data you're carrying is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. We need to get across 8 sectors and kill the flagship. Okay, Ion Blast 2 takes 3 power, which is quite a lot. We don't need the med bay on at the minute, so we'll increase the dodge. We'll leave these 2 power bars here because the Ion Blast doesn't do any physical damage to ships, so you won't be able to knock off any hull points. That's what the combat drone's for. So the playstyle with this is Ion Mark 2 puts down the shields and the combat drone kills them. We'll leave everyone where they are. I think this is... or will I? No, I think I'll put an Engi in piloting and put the human in weapons just so we train weapons even faster. See, Engi need 65 levels of weapon to get a level up, and humans only need 58. So we'll put Asted in here. And because if we get boarded, he's got better close combat ability than the 2 Engis. We don't need to buy any upgrades straight away. We'll save up 50 to get our level 2 shields, which is always the first thing we do in every playthrough. Let's have a look at the Sector 1 map. Well, we've got a choice of a nebula or a nebula ping. So I think we'll come down here and then work our way back up here. So down and then diagonally up. Fingers crossed it's not a plasma storm. Okay, a heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding in the nebula at this beacon. Before you have time to make contact with them, they fade into the nebula. Or you can attempt to help. Your search is hopeless. Your sensors can't pick up anything on the nebula. Well, that's fine. Distress beacon, these are always good. Let's go. You follow this distress beacon to a tiny asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. Well, offer assistance. They respond, help, our shields are down and we won't last long. Well, we can avoid the risk and leave, or we can try to shield their ship with ours, so we'll just do that. Even if we take a bit of damage, we've just started, we've got maximum health. Despite your best efforts, the civilian ship breaks apart from the constant barrage. You are barely able to break out of the asteroid field yourself. The ship sustains some damage in the process. Well, we got 12 scrap. Took 4 damage, no breaches, no fires, it's fine. That's absolutely fine. Here comes the fleet. Uh-oh, sun. You arrive at the beacon to find yourself dangerously close to a star. An automated rebel ship, impervious to the heat, moves in to engage. Okay, it doesn't have any drones, which is good. It does have a laser 1 and a heavy laser 1, so it can damage us. So what we'll do, we'll fire up the Ion Blast 1, we'll hold control to make it auto fire, and we'll just keep their weapons suppressed. And we'll put out the combat drone 1. Luckily this thing has no shield, so the combat drone will kill it quite quickly. I don't think we had a sun or a star event in the first playthrough of the Kestrel. What these do, periodically they will set fires all over the ship and do 1 hull damage each time the event happens. So you have to do things really quickly here. We should be okay with the fires because we've got Engis to put stuff out. Oh, we've taken 1 weapon offline, that's all we had to do. We're now impervious to it. And the combat drone's about to kill it. 1 more hit. Dead. Excellent. We'll just pause. Like, that did use one drone part because it launched the drones, so we have to be careful. If we run out of drones, we won't be able to do anything. And again, because we're in an environmentally dangerous zone, we can't do any ship upgrades whilst we're here. So we're hoping the FTL drive spills up quickly before fires come. Oh, here they come. Right, that has to get put out straight away because it's in the drone control. Obviously, you can't spend too long staying in here and fixing things, because the fires will happen again. Okay, return to base, put this off, let's jump. Anything good? Not really, so we'll just go here. You come out of the jump and see laser blasts coming from the other side of the beacon. It looks like someone's under attack from pirates. Right, well, aid the civilian ship. You power up your weapons and have a go. Okay, heavy laser 1, mini beam, so they can hurt us. So again, what we'll do, we'll auto fire in the weapons, because this fires every 4 seconds, so the first hit will put the shields down, and then 4 seconds later it will put their weapons down. And we'll put out the combat drone as well. Even better. Combat drone. Put the shield down, and the ion turned their weapons off. So now we'll concentrate on just keeping the shields down and let the combat drone kill them all. Perfect. The annoying thing about combat drones is that you can't tell them what to shoot at, they just do their own thing. Sometimes you'll be screaming at them to shoot the piloting because the enemy are trying to escape, and other times you'll be screaming at them to shoot other things like weapons. But they are quite effective, as we see. The pirate ship breaks apart. You hasten to contact the civilian ship. 1 fuel, 1 missile, 25 scrap. Let's contact the civilians. It seems the crew did not survive the assault. You take what you can from the remains of their ship. 2 missiles, 1 drone, 11 scrap. 98, which is great, means we can get 2 layers of shield and 1 power bar, which means we can have 2 layers of shield and keep the engines running and the combat drone and the ion blast. Okay, this one next, I think. A nearby planet shows signs of habitation and great beauty. A rudimentary automated planetary defense system is looping its message into space. Warning, quarantine level 5 in effect under FHA Act 22 Article 11.2. Warning, quarantine level 5, and so on. Right, let's continue on. Nothing to do here. You arrive to find a number of ships convening around the station. There is some unencrypted chatter between the ships. You tune in and listen for anything interesting. Overhearing their conversation, it seems they need to take possession of an enemy ship intact. They briefly scan your ship and inform you that you are not properly equipped for this type of mission. Now, ships that have a teleporter or a weapon that does crew damage will get that quest to go and capture the ship intact. We could have done it intact because of a game mechanic that will probably explore in the very near future. Now I think I'm gonna avoid the nebulae because I really don't want to run into a plasma storm this early in the game and lose half our power, especially not when we need 5 power, which is 3 in the ion blast and 2 in the drone control, to deal damage to anything. If we lose half our power, it will be 5 on these and nothing left for anything else, so let's go this way. Children on Earth are told terrible tales of the blood-red mantis invasion ships, much like the one bearing down on you now, which once threatened the planet. You order weapons free. Let's continue. Okay, identification. Laser that does 1 shot and a mini beam, so we are impervious to them. Luckily this mantis ship has no medbay and no teleporter. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to try and get the crew kill. Well, how am I going to do that? Because this ion blast fires once every 4 seconds, what we can do, we can auto fire on the oxygen. So the first shot puts the shields down, second shot goes in the oxygen, and then the third shot will put the shields down, and the fourth will go into oxygen. This may take quite some time, but we can get the crew kill. I'll put the dodge up as well, so we can maybe get some training from the laser missing all the time. See, this fires fast enough to be able to put the shields down and then get 2 consecutive shots into their oxygen and keep it suppressed and turned off. Obviously, if we had level 2 sensors, we'd be able to have a look inside that ship and see what's happening. Turning off the oxygen when they have no medbay is a really easy way to get a crew kill. It does take forever though, so I am going to go AFK and I'll speed the heck up out of this video footage for you guys, and I'll come back when all the crew are dead. Okay, I've come back just at the right time. I've put one of the Engis into the sensor so we can see what's happening. See, the plan has worked perfectly. We have kept the oxygen turned off for long enough that all the rooms are out of oxygen and everyone's suffocating to death. Been at this so long that our weapons guy is almost completely trained in level 2. He's level 1.5 so far. So he is increasing our 4-second firing time by 15%. And there they go, all dead. Excellent. You find a weapon system on the ship with no crew to stop you. You can install it on your own. 12 scrap and a Hermes missile. Not that we're going to use that. Let's put the Engi back in engines. Yeah, we got quite a few misses out of that. 8, I think. Yeah, no, 7. Now, 1 must have happened when he was in sensors. Right, so as usual, we'll get the doors. No, we won't. Yes, we will. Okay, that's our usual upgrades done. Level 2 shields and blast doors. Next up will be the sensors. Distress call, let's do it. Aha, I knew someone would fall into our dastardly trap. It appears this distress beacon was nothing but a decoy for a pirate ambush. Okay, Ion Blast 1, Laser 1, they can't hurt us, we can hurt them. Let's turn the oxygen off and suffocate them again. Yes, it's very boring, but the increased rewards are just too good. I mean, we've already got a weapon out of it. And having maximum trained crew this early in the game will make a huge difference to our run. It's not cheating, it's a reward for you being clever enough to be completely invincible and to work out how to kill crew. Cleverness is rewarded in FTL. Well, that didn't take anywhere near as long. There are no more life signs remaining on the ship. You strip it of useful materials. 3 fuel, 1 drone, 31 scrap, and that 31 scrap is going straight into the sensors so we can see what's happening. During that fight, our human has become yellow super trained in weaponry, so he's firing 20% faster. So this Ion Blast 2 is now firing once every 3.2 seconds, which is even faster than the already fast 4 seconds. Ion Blast 2 are great because ion damage cooldown, each 1 ion damage lasts for 5 seconds, and obviously this fires once every 4 seconds. So if you constantly shoot at shields and if everything hits, then before the 1 cooldown is finished, you've added another 1, and then before that one's finished, you've added another 1. So they can theoretically shut down any number of shields, all the way up to 5, because some enemies do have 5. So this has been a good run already. A settlement still loyal to the Federation hails your ship. They have prepared a weapon to aid your escape from the rebels. 14 scrap and a hull missile. Well, thank you, but we'll be selling these missiles, I would think. Speaking of which, there's a store. You find yourself surrounded by a group of mysterious alien vessels. They hail you and apparently have some valuable technology for sale. Right, let's have a look. Well, they haven't got anything that I would really want. I think we'll sell the hull missile. We'll keep the Hermes just because it's good to have some kind of missile. And we know that we have 3 weapon power. We can just depower the ion blast and power up the Hermes if for whatever reason we decide we need a missile. Can't really afford anything. We've got enough fuel, got enough everything else. We'll just hold on. I think we'll get another 2 pings done before the exit. You detect a rebel scout and an attack approach to a small refueling outpost. Their weapons are charged but they're not firing yet. Well, let's intervene. The rebel responds to your threat. I don't know who you are, but no one defies the rebel fleet. They move to engage. Yeah, they've got 1 laser that does 1 damage. No combat drones, no boarding drones. They do have 2 repair drones, but repair drones can't do anything against ion damage. So we're just going to suffocate them again. At least this time, now we have upgraded the sensors, you'll be able to watch them suffocate in glorious Technicolor. And our piloting and engines have both been trained to level 1, so that's dodge up to 24% already. Well, the rooms are looking pink, so they're definitely losing oxygen. Just gotta hope we keep hitting. This tactic becomes increasingly more difficult the further you go into the game, because as we know, enemies tend to have better and better dodge as the game progresses, so more of our ion shots will miss. So this tactic no longer becomes viable, and the fact that enemies start having medical bays. So it's worth taking the time to get crew kills early on. Give yourself a head start. Well, we've missed there. Well, their oxygen only came back on for a second or so. Hit, please. Yay! This is the problem if you miss all the time. But I think we've got it. There we go. With the crewed edge, you quickly salvage what you can. 2 fuel, 1 drone, 31 scrap. Excellent. The outpost hails you. These pompous bastards expected free service just because they defeated the Federation. Take this for the help. Another 4 fuel and 17 scrap. Well, we've got tons of fuel and 100 scrap. That's rather good. We'll just check the map if there's a store. I think we have enough time to do 1 more ping before the exit. I think we do. What I'll just do the usual 3 upgrades. Oxygen, med bay, piloting. And do engines as well. Why not? Might give ourselves some more blue options. Right, let's see. Once you arrive, your screen lights up with warnings. A nearby pirate seems to have advanced hacking tools and they have tried to shut down your engines. Your crew manages to keep them barely operational and you move in to attack. Okay, so our dodge has been reduced to 12. During the course of this fight, we'll only ever have 1 power bar available for engines. They have a missile and a beam drone. The beam drone is not a problem, the missile is, and it's a big problem because we've only got 12% dodge. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to use the combat drone, just ion their shields and let the combat drone basically kill the rest of the ship. Oh, and it hit the weapon. Here comes a missile. Straight into the shields. How annoying. Now we've got an Engi, so this will be fixed really quickly. Luckily for us, Mantis are really slow at fixing things, but the human wasn't. Come on, hit the weapon again. Come on, you stupid drone. Hit the weapon. Hit the weapon! Oh, damn it. With the pirate ship destroyed, your ship's system is restored to full functionality. You salvage what you can from the debris, another 1 fuel and 13 scrap. Not the most profitable of encounters, but it was profit. Every little helps. Well, misjudged that. Let's do a fleet fight in Sector 1. You found the exit beacon, but the rebels got here first. You must survive long enough to be able to jump to the next sector. Okay, burst laser 2, heavy laser 1, bomb, this is terrible, 2 layers of shield, that's terrible, everything's terrible. We just gotta hope that the FTL drive can spool up. I don't think we're gonna kill this thing. We're just gonna have to run away. Drone, could you shoot their weapons, please? Fine, I'll start ironing the weapons. Luckily for us, the bomb keeps hitting empty rooms. Ouch. Okay, we're taking a bit of a whack here. Right, this is good. We've turned off their weapons and the drone has managed to keep their shields just about offline. Right, let's go back to ironing the shields because they're both coming back online. Yeah, we can escape now if we want to. But I think they're going to die. Yay! How's about that then? It's no time to salvage the enemy ship. We get the usual 1 fuel from a fleet fight. That wasn't too bad. We're a little bit more beaten up than I usually would be in Sector 1. It's because I misjudged. Okay, let's have a look at the path. Wow, look at this. So we can go up here. I think... I think I'll come down this way. So if we come down this way, earn scrap here, spend it here, and then up this way, maybe? Or do we go here? Yeah, we'll take the fun path. We'll take the path with the most red. You arrive in Zoltan space. From what you have heard, they anticipated the coming war and made preparations to hold their borders. Okay, let's see what the sector map's like. Wow. This isn't really a green, is it? It's more of a purple. Look at all the nebula that's here. This doesn't connect up here, so that's annoying. Coming down here is a complete waste of time. Because the only way into these 3 systems is through this one, so that's a lot of doubling back, so we can't go there. How do we get down here? Oh goodness, this is awful. Wow, this is a terrible sector. None of this is connected either. We could come this way and then try and double back. Yeah. Yes, I think I'll do this. Fingers crossed there's no plasma storms here. This drone isn't looking for you. Perhaps it's scouting ahead for the rebel expansion, or maybe they're sneaking to use this nebula for cover. Regardless, it identifies you as hostile. Well, it's got a cloak, and the bomb, and the weapon, so this will be a combat drone 1. Luckily no shield. As soon as it decloaks, we'll start ironing the weapons to shut them down, and then we'll let the drone do its thing. Hooray, the bomb nest. And that's their weapons offline. Jolly good. One more shot, Mr. Drone. Thank you. Ship explodes. 3 fuel, 1 drone, 29 scrap. Onwards to the next beacon. You cycle through the wideband comm channels as soon as you arrive, and nothing but static. So an empty beacon, which is annoying. It appears that an automated rebel scout was positioned in the nebula to warn of your passing. The ship starts to power up its FTL drive. If it gets away, it will no doubt warn the fleet of your position. Well, this is pretty bad. It's got a combat drone 1 and a mini beam, so if this puts down both shields, which we know it can sometimes, they can hurt us. So we're going to have to put out the combat drone, eye on the shields, at least just now. Hope that this hits the piloting or the engines. Right, good, it's hit the shields, which means the shield bubble's gone down, which means we can eye on the piloting to stop the FTL charge. There we are. FTL delayed. It's now broken the engines, so it's not going anywhere. The piloting's broken. Right, this is good. This flight's over. We've prevented it from escaping, and now it's going to die. Gotta love the combat drones. Ship breaks apart, and 3 fuel, 1 missile, 14 scrap. Now we're gonna have to come down here and try and double back as long as we can to hit as many beacons as we can. We have to get to this one to go up here to get to the exit. This sector map's awful. Can't believe it. The nebula turns out to be the hiding place of a terrified rock crew taking refuge from the Zoltan border police. They don't seem prepared to risk your leaving with their coordinates and open fire. Okay, heavy laser 1, mini beam, no med bay, so let's do the boring method again and choke them out. If the crew members are rock, this may take quite some time because, as we know, they have 150 health. And the sensors are down, so we can't see what effect our oxygenation tactic is having. Well, that wasn't too bad. There are no more life signs remaining on the ship, and we strip it of 2 fuel, 1 drone, 29 scrap. Nice. I'm not going to spend any scrap on upgrades. I think we've done all the basic upgrades we need to do. Could get here, then here, and then work our way forward again. It's good that there's big gaps between these systems. You arrive at a Zoltan research facility. They say they are researching genetic distortion due to stasis sleep and prolonged FTL travel. They ask if your crew has the time to undergo a few scans. If you participate in the study, they'll pay you for it, but sometimes something will go wrong with the experiment and you'll lose a crew member, so no thank you, I'm going to decline. Alright, fly safe, they say. Let's prepare to leave. Yep, judge that. Well, that's good. Uh-oh, asteroid belt. You arrive in an asteroid field and are greeted by a Zoltan guard. By attempting to access these closed mining fields, you are in violation of the Natural Mineral Protection Act. Your weaponry will be confiscated for processing. You don't have time for this. Okay, they have a bomb and a heavy laser 1, and as you know, asteroids will constantly hit our shields, so we could be in trouble here, so we're going to ion their shields. We're going to leave our dodge up quite high at the minute until the Zoltan shield goes down, and then we'll drop our dodge down and spit out the combat drone. We haven't got time to try and choke them out, even though they're Engi and they'll die of suffocation really quickly. Because Engi, Zoltans, because they've only got 70 health. Right, that's their shields, and the Zoltan shield down, so it's combat drone time, and he missed. What an idiot. Oh. Ion bomb, uh-oh. Oh. I did have to mention suffocation, didn't I? Now we have a 4 countdown on our own oxygen. Which is fine because each one of these lasts 5 seconds, so 20 seconds of no oxygen. Slowly going down. There we are, back up to normal. We'll just put 2 power in the oxygen to replenish it even faster. Okay, let's get out of here. Still haven't found a store. A ship with pirate markings demands your surrender. These are sad times, and even Zoltan's base is beset by pirates. You doubt these fools will be missed. Laser 1 and a missile, so we don't need 2 layers of shield. We are going to need the combat drone. We're going to have to get rid of their shields and hope the combat drone hits the weapons. We cannot rely on 29 dodge escaping damage from the missile, not when we're almost at half hull already. Good, he hit the shields, and Mantis are really slow at fixing things. So it'll be a while before this comes back up. Right, that's good. We've managed to put 2 ion damage into the weapons, which has retracted both of them, so we'll go back to ioning the shield. Hit the weapons, hit the weapons. Hit the weapons or the shield. Hit one of them. Yay! He's turned the missile off just in time. The power of positive thinking. Alright, you win. Here's some equipment from our stores. Leave us alone. They're offering 2 fuel, 1 drone and 16 scrap. Well, no thank you. No surrender for you guys. Piracy cannot be tolerated. That's the end of them. The ship explodes, leaving behind 1 fuel, 1 drone, 30 scrap. Not bad. Considering this is so-called a civilian sector, we haven't seen 1 store, even though there's supposed to be 2 or 3 here. So we'll keep going. A light asteroid field is entering the atmosphere of a nearby planet, a fireworks show on a galactic scale. There's little for it but to take in the ambience and program the next jump. That's good. Gives me time to put my shield back on. Still no store. Despite the precautions, pirates have begun to harass the local Zoltan settlements across this sector. One such pirate spots your ship and moves in to attack. What is it with these guys and missiles, man? Same as last time. Keep the dodge at maximum. We only need 1 layer of shield because we've only got this 1 laser that does 1 shot. So we'll have to strip off the shields. And again, if you remember, ion weapons do double damage to Zoltan shields. That's why our 1 damage ions just done 2 damage to this Zoltan shield. It'll go down momentarily. Hey, they missed. But then so did we. And so did our drone. And they missed again. Come on, drone, do something. Right, I'm going to have to start shooting at the weapons. Good and bad. You managed to keep their weapons offline, but their laser shot our drone out of the sky. We were down to 12 drones. Well, 12's pretty good actually. Right, let's go back to shields. At least until they're down. Okay, they're trying to escape. This is pretty bad. And that's pretty good. Set fire, which made them run out of here, which means their FTL is no longer charging. This is good. Weapons come back online. This is bad. We've ioned it and the missile's gone off. This is good. And the drone's killed them, which is good. Oh, that was a struggle. The ship explodes, leaving behind 2 missiles, 1 drone, 28 more scrap. Now problems. I think we do have time to go to the store. As we know, these ones require a double back, so we'd have to go to the store, which means the fleet would be here. Come back to this one. I don't think we've got time to do that, you know. Go to the store, so it'll be here. Then this one, and then it'll be... Damn, if this beacon was just a little further over this way, we can get to that store. But we haven't got time, so we're going to have to leave. This sector has been terrible. You spy 2 pirate ships lurking in the nebula here. They remain unaware of your presence. You're able to get your scanners to at least identify their cargo. One is carrying fuel supplies, the other ammunition. They begin to drift away from each other in the storm. Let's go and get the ammunition. You jet towards a pirate with the ammunition and engage. Hopefully you can leave the ship in one piece. Ay, they have a burst laser Mark II, why not? And a Zoltan shield. Okay, this is not much fun. Especially not in a plasma storm. We're going to take quite a bit of damage here. At least until we can start ioning their weapons. Zoltan shield's down. We took 1 damage from it. Right, good. The weapon is offline. which means we don't need the shield anymore, which means we do need the combat drone. So we need to keep the shields off. Maybe switch to weapon if the weapon comes back on. And again please. And again please. Good. And then back to shields. This is a fine balancing act, this one. Quick decisions. Very fast decision making has to be done. Okay, the weapons are back out. As soon as the weapons are back out, we need to start trying to ion them again. Good. One more shot. Wow, excellent. And we better turn the oxygen on. Didn't notice that. The ship obliterated. Only scant ammunition crates can be scavenged from the wreckage before the iron storm clears, and then you jump away. So for all of that, we got 1 missile and 15 scrap. That's awful. Really, really bad. Let's double up on the oxygen power to get it replenishing much quicker. There we are, done. Right, let's get out of here. One more ping and then away. There's nothing here. Oh, that's fine. To the exit then. The long-range beacon is hidden within the nebula. Well, when the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. No additional fights. We haven't got time to go anywhere and come back. Or do we? Do we have time? I don't think we do. Well, Sector 2 was an absolute bust. We didn't get anything new. We got quite a bit of scrap. We took some more damage. We didn't do any more upgrades. It was absolutely awful, this run. Sector 1 was easy peasy. Got lots of crew kills, lots of stuff. Sector 2 was absolutely abysmal. I'll come back for Sector 3 and we'll see if that is any better. Until then, take care of yourself and all those around you, and I'll see you later.